everybody, welcome to Drag Chat. Hi Angela.
Hi everybody. Hi Xander.
How you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Hope everybody out there is doing real well too. Well, we got to see another episode of RuPaul's Drag Race. There were some ups and some downs on this one, so how about we just head straight to it?
Sounds good.
This whole week was all about new wave and neon and everything else. The main challenge this week was hashtag New Wave Queens, where all the queens were separated into groups of 3, where they had to become their own singing groups, one punk, one party, and one synth. And they had to write their own songs and perform them live in front of a live studio audience. That was a scary challenge.
I thought it was too, because it's hard not only to think of a song, but to write your own words to a song and put it to punk or synth. I would have had a hard time doing that as well.
I would too. As much as I love music, I don't know that I could write it like that. No way. Well, they split them up into 3 teams. And the 3 teams were Street Meets with Thorgy Thor, Acid Betty, Bob the Drag Queen. Dragometry with Naisha Lopez, Derek Barry, and Chi-Chi DeVane. And last but not least, Les Chicken Wings with Naomi Smalls, Kim Chi, and Robbie Turner. Okay, after these performances, who was your favorite group?
I really loved the chicken wings. That was my favorite. Robbie Turner was great when he spit the water out at the audience. Total punk move. And I loved Kim Chi. She was fantastic in that performance.
She was. I was really surprised.
She was giving it her all. The faces she was making, her moves, way better than her dance moves.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I really like them too, but I also like Street Meets, with Thorgy Thor and Bob and Acid Betty. I thought they were really good too. It's quite obvious that Dragometry kind of bit it off there. I mean,
and they were just kind of the leftovers.
Huh?
Dragometry were the leftovers that nobody really wanted, and they were just kind of put on a team. That's what I felt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they didn't work too well together, and it kind of showed, and oh well. But I like the other 2. The other 2 were a lot of fun. All right, well, after those wonderful performances, we head to the runway, and this week was Neon Queen Realness. And who appears first on that runway? But you know who it is. Mama Ru. What did you think of RuPaul's look this week?
Well, she's kind of a cat and a rat in my eyes. She is a cat from the neck down. Beautiful outfit, very sparkly, love the shoes, but I didn't care for the makeup or the hair this week.
Oh.
So can I give... I didn't really care for that. I love the outfit better than the hair and the makeup. So I wanted to give her a crat.
Yay! You gave your first crat! I kind of tend to agree with the hair. The makeup was great. The outfit was wonderful. I loved that cat suit, that jumpsuit. I loved it. Not so crazy about the hair, but I am going to give her a cat anyways, just because I loved it so much. Rosemary chimed in. She gave it a cat. She loved it. I'm not surprised, though, because Rosemary loves it when RuPaul wears something that's very form-fitting and shows off that 7-8 foot body of hers. So she loved it. Now, the winner of the challenge, the main challenge, was Robbie Turner. Did you agree with Robbie winning this?
I do agree. Like I said, excellent job in the performance for the chicken wing song. He kind of took a lead in the song, and he worked well with the audience and his teammates. So I liked it a lot. I think so.
I agree, too. I thought Robbie deserved it. Well, that team deserved it, but Robbie stood out on the team. So, yeah, I agree with that. Came up, he was in the bottom 2 twice already, and now he won his first challenge. Yay, Robbie, go!
And yay, Robbie. I was very happy for him. Very happy.
I was, too. Now, the bottom two ended up being Chi Chi DeVane and Naisha Lopez. What did you think of this bottom two? Agree or disagree?
Disagree for me because you know how I love Naisha Lopez, but
Mm-hmm.
Chi Chi deserved to be there, I believe, because she's becoming very plain and ordinary. You know, come out on the runway in a bathing suit for a neon challenge. Didn't do
Mm-hmm.
anything for me. And I also didn't like her attitude this episode. But if I were
Okay.
to pick two to be in the bottom two, for me this week would be Chi Chi DeVane and Bob the Drag Queen.
Oh, wow. I'm surprised. Because I thought Bob did a really good job in the main challenge, the singing and all that. Even though he did cop that attitude, during the rehearsal, I still think he pulled it out during the actual main challenge. I kind of agree with the bottom two. It was a toss up. It should have been one of those three, though, including Derek. That whole
Yes.
team just failed the main challenge. As much as I love Naisha and Derek and Chi Chi, I think the whole team should have been put in the bottom, and they should have lip synced all three of them.
Now that would have been a first for the RuPaul's Drag Race if all three did a lip sync challenge at the end. That would have
Mm-hmm.
been great to see.
Yeah.
Derek Barry for me lately is just monotone. Always giving the same thing, no new looks. It's kind of
Right.
falling in through the cracks.
I
And I really
agree.
thought I was gonna love him. I really thought I would. But now it's just kind of like so. You know,
Mm-hmm.
pull it together or you're gonna get kicked off soon. I think.
So about the lip sync itself. Now we know that Naisha went home. Poor Naisha. But
I know. I'm sad.
do you agree that Naisha should have gone home against Chi Chi during that lip sync?
No, no. She really brought it. She knew the words to the song. She was dancing. She was doing some flips and turns on the stage, which was fine. But then when Chi Chi saw her doing that, she started to do the same thing, and then her routine just turned into acrobatic moves.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, Naisha should have stayed, and Chi Chi should have went home.
I would have kept Naisha just for the verbal lip sync of it. As far as the performances go, it bored me to death on both of them. Sorry, Naisha, I love you to death. But I could do without all the flips and cartwheels and backflips and splits and just perform the damn song. This doesn't need to be a circus act, in my opinion. So,
Which,
basing just on verbal lip sync, the movement of the mouth, and the expression of it, I would have given it to Naisha and sent Chi Chi home. But
right.
if I had a choice, based on the overall thing, I would have sent them both home.
Aw, come on. But you know what? Naisha did lose her wig during all this commotion on the stage, and she didn't let that get in her way. She still continued to perform and didn't, get sidetracked by that.
I know. I'm just tired of all the circus acts on that stage. Do a
Well, you know it
performance.
always you know that always happens at the end. Somebody's always taking their clothes off or doing somersaults. They're trying to win.
I know, but I don't think you need to do that to win, in my opinion. My opinion,
That's
people. If I want to see those kind of acts, I'll go to the Ringling Brothers Barnum and Bailey Circus. Now, we know that Nyesha went home, and we know that Chi Chi was in the bottom two also, but there's something that a lot of people don't know that happened before Nyesha went home. And that is, Nyesha wrote Chi Chi a letter and left her some of her wardrobe. It was a letter of support, and well, here it is. I'll read it to you. Dear Chi Chi, no excuses, babe. You are talented and here for a reason. Don't be afraid to ask your sisters for help. Here's something from me to you. Now go ahead and turn the party. XOXO Naisha Lopez.
super sweet.
Yeah, so that's the letter that Naisha wrote to Chi Chi. She left that with two articles of clothing on Chi Chi's wardrobe before she left. I thought that was so sweet of her, and it was so Naisha. This is what this queen is all about, and I loved it.
That was super sweet. I didn't even know that happened.
A lot of people didn't know that that happened, but they did show it on Untucked the next day, and it has been posted all over Facebook ever since last night. But sweet, so sweet of her to do that. And she left her two really nice garments too, things that she knew that Chi Chi would be able to work with or be able to fit into, because their body types are so different. But I just thought it was sweet of her to do it in the first place. Queens don't usually do that there.
No, that's showing good sportsmanship as well.
Oh, definitely. Okay, my dear, top 3 predictions. Who are your top 3 predictions after this week?
Oh, after this week, we are still going for Kimchi, Acid Betty, and Thorgy Thor.
Oh my goodness, those are my top 3 predictions too.
Yay!
We agreed. Yay!
Yay!
It's the first time for everything.
It is good. They are, those 3 are the best in my eyes so far.
Oh, I love them all for different reasons, but right now
they do.
I just think they're the strongest contenders. Going for it. So
I do too.
We'll see what happens. We still got weeks to go, but we'll see what happens. It's time for Drag Cat and Drag Rat. Let's find out who the best was, our drag cats, and who our drag rats were. Again, the ones who need to go out by the dumpster and eat the moldy motherfucking cheese. Let's start with the drag cats. Angela, who was your drag cat this week?
Okay, so I was having problems again and as to who I'd like to be for the drag cat, but there was a tie for me, or actually a toss-up between my top three, actually, between Kimchi, Acid Betty, and Thorgy Thor. I loved all of their looks. So after minutes and minutes and minutes of thinking, I had to pick Acid Betty because that outfit was unique.
Oh, definitely.
I loved it. Alien-like. I mean, I never seen anything like that on Drag Race before, so I'm like, I had to pick her. But if I were to pick 2, if I could just pick 2 of the 3, it would be Kimchi and Acid Betty for my cats.
Okay. But who's your cat going to? Acid Betty?
Yes, it is. Acid Betty.
Okay. Well, Rosemary picked, guess who? Acid Betty. I think Rosemary's got a crush on Acid Betty. She seems to be her cat every week. Well, I had a toss-up also between Acid Betty and Nyesha. I loved Nyesha Lopez's runway look. I just loved it. When she came out, it was like, bam, here I am. And she was so beautiful. I gave it to Acid Betty because what Nyesha wore was something that was made for her, where Acid Betty made everything on her except for the shoes, as she said. So I'm giving it up to Acid Betty. Besides, from the neck up, I about died. I gagged when she came out on that screen. I was like, yes, girl. You show what that acid trip is all about.
She brought it from head to toe.
Definitely. All right, who needs to go eat the moldy cheese out by the motherfucking dumpster? Who's your drag rat this week?
For me, it was Bob the Drag Queen because he just looked like a boy in a dress. He did nothing for me. I don't know what that paint splatter was on his head, and it just looked like boy from neck up, and then maybe a girl, from the neck down because of his dress. That's it. To me, his look was boy in a dress.
Okay. Well, Rosemary also picked Bob the Drag Queen.
Wow.
2 of you. Okay. The ladies are in agreement this week. Uh-oh, I'm in trouble. Well, I was torn between 2, and it's going to kind of freak you out, but I was torn between Chi Chi DeVayne and Kimchi. I did... Now, this was an editorial thing. I would have agreed with Kimchi, but I just... I didn't get it. I just didn't get it. Though was Chi Chi coming out there in the outfit that she wore, mainly because of what Chris Stein from Blondie even said himself. She wore the same boots on the runway that she wore in the challenge. You don't do that, and I thought it was so funny when he clocked her on it.
Oh, I was laughing. That was great.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I loved it. So she's my drag rat this week. Sorry, Chi Chi. All right, well, I got something new this week, people. We're going to start a counter. We're going to start a drag cat counter and a drag rat counter. So far, out of all the episodes, here are all the drag cats that we've named so far. And now here are all the drag rats we've named so far. Who's going to be the most catted and who's going to be the most ratted by the end of the season? We'll have to see. Watch the counter every week to find out. Well, thank you everybody for joining us here again at Drag Chat. We really love seeing you out there. We hope you enjoyed the show. Do us a favor. Comment. Let us know who your drag cat and drag rats are. And if you want to be on the show, don't forget, all you got to do is watch RuPaul's Drag Race on Monday nights. Do a little video of yourself telling us your name, where you're from, and who your drag cat and drag rat is. Send it to us at Drag Chat on Facebook. And make sure you do it before 7 p.m. Central Standard Time on Tuesday. That way we can put it into the show and you'll be a part of us. Wouldn't you like to be a part of us? I know I'd like to be a part of you. I see you out there on the other side of the screen. Meow. But anyways, you do us all here at Drag Chat a favor. You have a great week. You have lots of fun. And you get home safe. We'll see you next week. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody. Bye, Xander.
Bye, Angela. Oh, and don't forget, everybody, next week is Snatch Game! Ah! See you then. Bye.